So Miss Perry is
Yes.
having a difficult day, everybody. So
Yeah, I'm sorry,
excuse her.
guys.
But I really am grateful for the fact that you strive to continue with this interview
Yes.
anyway. That just shows your dedication, um,
Thank you.
your commitment as a person, and I really just appreciate you for
Hmm.
continuing to do that in spite of everything that's going on with you today. Um,
Yeah. Well,
you
God bless you all.
persevere.
And thank you. And God bless you, Cynthia, for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. But again, we are here in this segment of Spoken Existence with Cynthia O. This is probably a new ground that you've seen from me in this particular area.
Hmm.
I want to introduce a book that author Alicia Perry wrote. She wrote the book called The Color of a Leader. It is an excellent book. I don't know if you guys can see
You.
that. So that's a good view. It's an excellent book, and it's actually a trilogy from, she has two other books after this book. So she has The Rising Scandal, and she also
Hmm.
has The Black President. So make sure that you check out, start out with The Color of a Leader, and make sure you get the other two books as well. I mean, it's an excellent read. I'm not going to give you all the details of it that would actually spoil it for you. I am a reader. I enjoy reading, and I definitely enjoyed reading that novel.
Thank you.
Of course, I have my book, Free as an Uncaged Bird. If you have not checked it out, everybody, just make sure you check that out. We're going to talk about one of the topics from my book on today with
Yeah.
author Alicia Perry. I thought that she would be perfect for this topic after reading her book and just
Mhm.
following some of the things that she has done. So I'm going to go ahead and let you, Miss Perry, tell a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, pretty much I've been writing. Oh, see. I love writing. I'm an author. I'm also a publisher. I have a publishing company called Ari Publishing Company. And I named it after my deceased mother. She loved to read. She was a reader.
Mm-hmm.
And I miss my mom so much. So it's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
having a publishing company, I just think about her a lot, how
Right.
she read, and I know she'd be proud. She's looking down from heaven, her and my grandmother. And I really enjoy helping authors publish their books. Um, some authors have submitted their books to higher major publishers and
Mm-hmm.
have been rejected. And I like helping those who've been rejected
Mm-hmm.
and getting their work out there.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That is wonderful. That shows your commitment all over again.
Thank you.
What inspired you to write The Color of a Leader?
Okay, what inspired me pretty much this was prior to Obama becoming president, and I just thought about the United States just having a black president. I said, I wonder what that would be like.
Mm-hmm.
Us having a African American president, a black president.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I bet you he would go through a lot of trials, not just racism, but I mean, just being among the majority of whites, Caucasians, how would he react in that situation? And because they kind of say that Bill Clinton was our first African American president, and because all the scandal that he had, with Monica.
Right.
So I said, how about let's you know I'm like, the United States with a black African American president. I'm gonna write something about that.
Mm-hmm.
But the downside is some people who had read the book was like, oh my God, you're putting African American president down. Oh my gosh. I was like, really, you can't look at the color because just men in general do things like that, just men in general.
Right.
You're making him look bad, da, 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 da. And then people who thought I wrote it after Obama, they said you making Obama look bad. I was like, no, I wrote it prior to Obama. So, but I had the thought of writing a novel about an African American president, and I was gonna let The Color of a Leader just be the very first one and not write any more about it. But I said, you know what? I want to add some more to this. And then I found out about Scandal. One of my coworkers at the time when I was working at Time Warner, she said, you wrote a book called The Rising Scandal. It's a book called, I mean, it's a TV show called Scandal Girl. It's excellent. I said, what? I was like, that's a coincidence, because I had written a book, prior to Scandal, probably a good 6-7 months prior, I think prior to Scandal. I think it was 6 or 7 months prior to Scandal. But and I'm not knocking, what's her name? Shonda Rhimes?
Yes, Shonda Rhimes.
I haven't, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really watched Scandal. Okay. But I heard it's an awesome television show. But I would love to make my trilogy a movie, because I think it would do well in the theaters. I really do. So
I agree.
Yeah, thank you so much.
At least from when the part that I started with, I believe it should have hit the screens.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Well, I'm praying to God. Wait, Lord.
There's a particular portion in the book that I wrote, so with my book, Friends Are Uncaged Birds, what I've done was, interviewed a couple of people about different aspects of freedom and things that they may have gone through in their lives. And I've also included some personal things about myself in the book. And also with doing that, I've added different sections where people can write, just, with the particular outlet, overlook of the book, people will read and then they'll have time to reflect and write. And so one of the sections that people can write on is a section called Emerging into the best version of yourself. So with emerging, there's so much that happens when one begins to evolve and emerge and just becoming into what it is that they want to be, whatever it is they want to be, or wherever they want to go in life. And I thought about the fact of how some people can't get to that place because they're still discovering who they are at the core of who they are, who the inner them. Exactly. And so before they can even get to the point of emerging into the best version or the better version of who they are, they have to actually step back and see who they really are. Not who your family members want you to be, or your loved ones, your husband, your wife, or any of that, or your children, but who are you and what it is that you want at the core. So that's one of the reasons why I put that section in there about emerging. So there's so much that happens when you emerge. Just want your thoughts about emerging into the best version of yourself.
Of yourself. Well, I'm going to be honest with everyone. I didn't experience the best childhood there was. I wasn't necessarily physically abused, but I was kind of mentally abused. But my father, he was mentally abused, so it kind of passed on into, I guess, him not realizing how to be a proper parent. So he was kind of harsh when it came to words to me and my siblings. And so that kind of affected me, and especially after my parents divorced, when I was 9. He moved to Maryland. He's from North Carolina, but he ended up moving to Maryland. And basically, it's like he was just totally different. It was like he wasn't nice, he wasn't the father that I encountered when my parents was together. He was just kind of, I think, bitter through the divorce.
Right.
So that kind of impacted me over the years. And seeing my mom struggling to raise 2 children by herself, and my father not really paying adequate child support like he was supposed to.
Right.
So, she's working hard and you can rarely see her. So that kind of influenced me over the years.
Yeah.
It kind of made me kind of what you want to call dependent.
Yes.
And not try to just go out and set my own goals to become what I really want to do. So I do say to the people who are watching, if you feel that you're in a place where you feel dependent on, family members or just people in general, not just family, people in general, try to get yourself out of that try to be self-sufficient and
Mhm.
try to help others.
Mhm.
Okay. It's not easy because, no man is an Allen. A
Right.
famous author said that no man is an Allen, meaning everyone needs someone.
Right.
We first, need God. I
Right.
believe in God and Holy Bible. We first, need Him.
Mhm.
Um, but no man is an Allen. But in the
Mhm.
same token, you don't want to blame people for things that had occurred constantly. After a
Yeah.
while, you want to kind of strive to say, hey, okay, that occurred, but I'm not going to let that hold me back.
Right.
I'm going to try to be the best, I can be. And
Mhm.
I'm in a position now where I want to strive. I'm not looking back. My brother, he told me, he's like, big sis, you've been holding that baggage for a long time. It's time to let
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
go. Because
Mhm.
people are going to be people. We can't really change a person. And I'm not going to say, I love my father. I love him.
Mhm.
If he ever needs me, I'm going to be there for him.
Yeah.
I love my father. But at the same token, the past, I just can't keep holding that because that'll hold you down.
Right. That's true. That's a part. I think that's a part of emerging as well. Letting go of things that can hold you down or that is holding.
Exactly.
You
Exactly. They can hold you back, and a lot of times, and you just can't blame everyone for your problems. Okay. And if they were part of your problems, then you got to just say, okay, that happened, and you move forward
Mhm.
and go and try to be the best you can be and help others.
Right. Right. So go back and recognize those things that happen, acknowledge it, move forward. But while you're moving forward, take somebody with you. I caught
That
all of it.
Yes, I love it. Take someone with you. That is so true.
I call all of that. Look, I'm just grateful that in spite of everything that you have going on, that you are able to just pull that through for people today. So everybody, I hope that you are taking that in is some great advice as you begin to emerge into the
Thank
best
you.
version of who you are. Just taking all that in. One thing that I'm glad that happened. I don't, I'm not I'm not gonna say I'm glad that you're not feeling well, but I like the fact that you're so transparent. So at this point of where you are, you're still you. So
Thank
I just
you.
thought about you could have faked it and said, okay, let me throw this on, let me try, do whatever.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that you are doing the best that you can do at this particular moment and not letting it hold you back from this commitment. You could have easily said, no, I can't do this, let's reschedule. And it would have been fine if we had
Mhm.
rescheduled, but you're allowing people to see you at this moment and where you are. And I even offered,
Thank
I said,
you.
hey, we can reschedule. And you
You
said, no,
sure did.
just
God
explain
bless
to the
you.
people that I'm having a bad day. But that says a lot about you
You
and your
dear
character
heart.
is the fact that you are who you are. You're willing to be
Mhm.
transparent. You're willing
Yeah.
to allow the people to see you at your best, and you're willing to allow people to see you at your
At my
worst.
work.
And
Exactly. I agree.
and she's an
I love
excellent author, but you
Thank
caught this
you.
author at a transparent moment in her life. So
Ooh,
this is a
thank
once in a
you.
lifetime thing that you're not gonna see this in a
Yeah.
lot of people, that moment of transparency. So I appreciate your level of transparency
Thank you,
today.
dear heart. Anytime.
You're welcome. Let me see if there is any questions from you and anything else that you want to share with everybody on today.
Um, I say again, just be the best you can be. If you have goals out there and dreams, don't look to people to approve those goals and dreams. A lot of people say, well, let me call such and such. Should I go through with this? Such and such he or she may not want you to go through your goals and dreams, or they may like, yeah, do whatever,
Mm-hmm.
what it is. If you have a goal in mind, or even an idea, you say, for instance, you come up with an idea that can help the world, be it it needs patent or
Mm-hmm.
copywritten, do it. Just do it. Go out there and strive. And especially as African Americans, a lot of people have really paved the way because we were once in slaves. We were slaves,
Mm-hmm.
and we had slave owners, and they told us to obey
Mm-hmm.
and what to do. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of slaves and ran for freedom.
Right.
And then you had the civil rights movement where you had African Americans like Dr. Martin Luther King,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X, different ones who fought for civil rights.
Right.
Okay. And I say, and also females, not just looking at colors, just females as women. You know, we had a lot of women that fought for us to be able to achieve goals and go out. Now we have our first woman president.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she's also half African American and Asian. I think is it she's Asian or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say this is the time now. Don't let anything hold you back. If you have any kind of problems, be it mentally or physically, you know, because a lot of people don't really deal with mental illness. They try to sweep it under the rug. But it's things out here now that can help people mentally. You
Mm-hmm.
have psychiatrists, you have counselors, and sometimes you just need to be you may not need to see a psychiatrist or a counselor. You might just need to be in a group of people.
Right.
You could have a weight problem that you might want to just be in a group of Weight Watchers. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's things out there that the Lord has blessed us with.
Yeah.
And you may have a narcotics problem or a drug problem that you might
Mm-hmm.
need to go to AA
Mm-hmm.
or NA, Narcotics Anonymous. But
Right.
it's things out there like I mentioned earlier, no man is an island, where you
Mm-hmm.
can get adequate help.
Mm-hmm.
It be it your mental state or your physical condition. And I just say, don't wait, just do it.
Yeah. I
And
agree. I
you know,
agree.
and
I
that
definitely
way
agree.
a lot of the people who has died and paved the way, they're not rolling in their grave saying, you know, I did XYZ and now XYZ is not doing anything but just not being the best that they can be.
That's true. That is so true. So
Yeah.
true. If
Thank
anyone wants to purchase your book, Color of
you.
Leaf, or any of the other books, how can they purchase your book and how can they reach you?
Thank you for asking. They can go on the website, aripublishingcompany.com.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's Ari, A is an apple, RRIE, kind of spelled like India Irie, but
Mm-hmm.
with two R's. So
Mm-hmm.
ARRIE, and then publishingcompany.com. And
Mm-hmm.
so they can purchase my book and they'll see other books from other authors as well. Right now I'm working on my website, so I don't have my website up yet running, but it
Mm-hmm.
should be running towards the end of this month.
Okay.
Okay. And it's going to be Alicia Perry online.com.
Okay.
So aliciaperryonline.com. That's going to be the website. But
Okay.
you can also purchase it through retailers such as
Okay.
Amazon. It's on Amazon. It's ebook and paperback. So it comes in both ebook and paperback. Eventually, towards the end of the year, it will be audio. So
Okay.
I'm working right now to turn it to an audio book. Um, well, books. And you can also purchase it on Walmart.com. It's on Walmart. It's on all the major retailers.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find it on Barnes and Nobles, Books a Millions. So, or you could just Google it and it'll show you the different retailers that you can purchase it in paperback
Okay.
or ebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Well, you guys
Oh,
have heard it from author Alicia Perry herself
yeah.
of
Yeah.
how you can purchase her book. And of course, you can always check out Cynthia-O.com to purchase Free as an Uncaged Bird for those
Yeah.
who
Wait.
have not purchased it. Just make sure you check it out. Take the time to go through it and make it become a part of you as you go through your freedom journey with Free as an Uncaged Bird. And again, I just thank you so much, Miss Perry,
Thank
for
you.
talking with us, taking the time out and chatting with us just a little bit today on the topic of emerging into the best version of yourself, and also telling a little bit about how they can purchase your book. And I did not give people details on the book. I'm glad that you gave them a highlight of the book, but I didn't give details because I don't want to spoil it.
You understand that. Thank
Y'all gonna
you.
have to read it yourself to get the tea of what happened in that book.
There's a lot going on in that book, so be prepared because I mean it's moving.
Well, thank you so much. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Cynthia.
it. You have a great night.
Thank you, you as well. And thank you so much
Yeah.
for inviting me and interviewing me tonight, Cynthia. I really appreciate that. And thank you to all the listeners out there and watchers. Thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful day and be safe with that Corona-19 out.
Yeah.
COVID-19. I
Please be
called it
safe. Yeah.
Corona-19.
You done changed the name.
I done changed the name, honey. It got the vaccine, but it seems like it's coming in different variants. So I tell you, we just gonna have to pray hard.
That's true.
Yeah,
Pray hard and obey the rules.
that's right. Amen. God bless you, sweet. And thank you again for
You're
having.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye bye, dear.